I'm trying to figure out the best way, like I said, to do everything I like to do and still sort of feel relaxed, and I think it's an unrealistic goal. Welcome back, travel fans. Happy Sunday. It is time for Sunday Sofa Time. It is early in the morning. I got some things I'm going to do today, and I wanted to get up and talk to you guys before I left. So, let me tell you what we're going to talk about today. I booked a cruise. Yes, I booked a cruise. That's the news. And so thanks for coming. I'll see you next week. I'm just kidding. I'm going to tell you about the cruise and why we decided to book this cruise and everything like that right here in front of the red sofa. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad I have you guys to talk to about this, and I'm so glad you're interested in coming along on all these adventures with me. I have realized more and more that you guys really like to learn about cruising. You like to learn about the kind of things that you can do on a cruise, what you can eat, what the food is like, what different food options there are. You like to learn about the shows, about the water slides, about things like martini tastings and things like that. I realize that those are the things that you guys enjoy seeing the most, just because when I post videos about cruising, or when I post, like cruising memes and stuff like that I create on Facebook or on Instagram, I just see that those are the ones that get like the most attention. So that's how, it's like obvious to me that that's the things that you guys enjoy the most. And when I post videos of Disney, like Disney World or Disneyland Paris or whatever, people are still interested in that as well. And like I've said before, those are the things that I'm interested in. So I hope that I like to post videos of those things too, because I like to get people like excited about those things too, because I just think they're so great as well. But I know that overall, even a boring cruise video will get more interest on my channel than a very good Disney video. So I decided I need to try to do more cruising, not only because, I like to do it, but because I just know that you guys like to do it too. And I do this, a lot of the reason why I do these videos is because I like to help people, either by helping them plan for their travels and know what to expect when they get there, or just by entertaining them. So I know that Marcus and I don't really have a lot of time that we will be able to get vacation days together before the end of the year. And we do definitely really want to do another Orlando trip before the end of the year, because we still haven't seen Pandora, and then there's the new Toy Story Playland. There's just a lot of cool things in Orlando to see right now that are either brand new or that we just haven't seen before. And it's kind of a tradition. We try to go there every year and a half or so, and we haven't been there. Yeah, it'll be almost 2 years then by the time we get back, I think. So it's definitely time to go back again. And the reason I'm mentioning that is just because the next big block of vacation that I think Marcus and I will use together will be to do that trip. So the options are do small trips together, or I'll do some trips alone, because I still have a lot of days of vacation that I need to use before the end of the year. So there's that. But yeah. So taking into account that like taking a normal like week-long or 6-day or 10-day cruise together before we go to Disney, that's probably not going to happen. So we found a weekend where we could get like 3 days off together, and where there was a cruise that sounded interesting to us, because 3 days is not really a long time. But there are these mini or micro cruises, and we found one, and so that's what we were going to do, or that's what we are going to do. So next Friday, today is Sunday, and I'm talking like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so like in 5 days, we are flying from Hamburg, that's where we live, to London, and then we're gonna take, this is what we still don't know, somehow we have to get from the airport to the Southampton cruise port. And I know there are trains and there are shuttle services. I think probably the least stressful option will be to just take some kind of shuttle service that picks us up at the airport and drives us directly to the ship. Probably the least expensive option would be to take, like public transportation, but I know that that's going to mean taking a train from the airport someplace into London and then transferring and then taking it from there someplace to Southampton, and then when we get to Southampton, then we still are going to have to like take a taxi to the port. And the thing is, this is going to be a very short cruise. We board the ship on Friday. We depart Friday night at like 7 o'clock. We've got all day Saturday as a sea day. And then Sunday morning, it's over. We arrive back here in Hamburg. And I wanted to, I want to find a way to still make this feel like it's sort of like a little mini vacation, and that I have some time to like relax and just sort of enjoy being on the ship. And it's going to be tough because we basically really only have one day. And so I thought, what can I do to make everything else about it like as enjoyable as possible? So I think that's why we're going to just spend the extra money and find some kind of service that picks us directly up from the airport and takes us directly to the ship, so we don't have to worry about finding the train and transferring and all that stuff. And I mean, we're experts in train travel because that's how we get around Germany too, but I just know that things can go wrong and it can be annoying. And I think that's where we're going to take some kind of transfer. And I've asked you guys about this on Facebook, but I'll ask again. If anybody has any recommendations about the best way to get from London Heathrow to Southampton with some kind of transportation that will pick us up there and take us directly to the ship, then please get in touch. Write it in the comments below, or write it on Facebook when I post this video there. So the ship that we're going to be on this is something also that I'm excited about. It's the Norwegian Jade. And the reason that I'm excited about it is not just because, why wouldn't you be excited about going on a cruise, right? But it's because I've only been on like the big Norwegian ships. I've been on the Epic twice, the Getaway, and the Escape. And those are like 4,000 passenger ships. So some of the biggest ships in the world. Whew, haven't said that in a while. So these are some of the biggest ships in the world. And that is the only impression I have of Norwegian Cruise Lines. And all of those ships, the Epic, the Getaway, and the Escape, they are all very, very similar. And so this will be a really, really good way to sort of get an impression of what Norwegian Cruise Line is like in a whole, because this is going to be a different experience. The ship is set up differently. There's different venues. It's just like totally different. And I've been on several different classes of Royal Caribbean ship. I've been on the Monarch, which is, I guess, a small to mid-sized ship, but the Monarch, when it was built, was also one of the biggest cruise ships in the world. And hold on a second. There, now I feel better. Like I said, it's really early. It's not even 9 o'clock in the morning yet, and so for a Sunday when I've got the day off, that's early. I should still be in bed, but like I said, I wanted to talk to you guys. So I've been on the Monarch, I've been on the Legend, which is also, you know what? I bet the Legend is sort of a comparable size to the Jade, isn't it? I bet the Legend and the Jade are pretty much the same size. And then I've been on the Mariner and the Navigator, and then of course the Harmony of the Seas. So I feel like I've kind of gone through a wide spectrum of royal ships. I still haven't been on a Quantum class. That's going to be coming up soon, I hope. But I'm trying to figure out the best way, like I said, to do everything I like to do and still sort of feel relaxed. And I think it's an unrealistic goal because, I want to definitely do a cabin tour. So, that'll take like 10, 15 minutes to shoot everything. And then I want to do a ship tour, and that usually takes a couple hours. But then again, it's a smaller ship. And then I'd like to do a room service video. But like I said, we're only going to be on the ship for like a day. So if I want to do a room service video and then a video of the buffet and then a video of maybe some specialty restaurant, when is that all going to happen? Because I guess I could do the buffet on the first night, and then the next day I could do room service, and then like on the big day, the C day, and then that evening we could go to a specialty restaurant. I don't know. It's already starting to be stressful, and I'm not even there yet. But I want to get the videos for you guys. I want to show you guys what the ship is like, and I want to help everybody who might be planning to cruise on a smaller Norwegian ship. So yeah, that's kind of what's coming up, and I'm really excited about it. So, but the way that my channel is set up, right now I'm posting the videos from our cruise on the Escape, which is from a couple months ago. And there's still, several weeks of those videos coming. So I will be cruising on the Jade, like I said, in 5 days, but those videos won't be going online until after the Escape. So those won't be going online until like in the middle of the summer. But if you really want to know like what's going on, like at the moment, or if you want to see pictures of the ship before the videos go online and stuff like that, then follow me on Facebook and especially on Instagram, because then in my Instagram story, and for people my age, I think most people my age know about Instagram and they know about Facebook, and it took me a while to understand what Instagram story is. So an Instagram story is where people are posting, or you can post like pictures of what you're doing at that moment, and they are available to look at for, I think it's like 24 hours. And it kind of gives you more of an idea of like, what is this person doing right now? Because like I said, you can only post pictures of it like that you've taken within the last 24 hours. It like blocks everything else. I'm not sure how it works, but I think that's kind of interesting. So like if you're, if you're following some like famous person, like Lady Gaga or Beyonce or whatever, you can look at her story and okay, this was really posted by her, and that's where she was, or that's what she was seeing, or that's what she was wearing in the last 24 hours. And I don't know, I think that's kind of interesting. So I will be posting like live pictures on Facebook and on Instagram, so you can follow me there if you are impatient and want to know more about what's going on before these videos go online, all right? If there's anything specific that you want to see about the Jade, then get in touch soon. Like I said, 5 days, and then we will be leaving. So yeah, I'll be doing a cabin tour, a buffet tour, hopefully a room service video, hopefully a specialty restaurant video, although that would probably be the one thing that I would sacrifice, just because I prefer to eat in the buffet. And yeah, and then the ship tour. But if there's anything else specific that you really want me to like go in depth about, then let me know and I will try to do it. That is the Sunday story time, but now comes the time or Sunday sofa time. Now comes the time in Sunday sofa time where I comment on your comments. I'm going to change it up a little bit this week. Usually when I comment on your comments, I comment on the comments from last week's SofaTime video. But this week, I decided I'm going to do it from something I posted on Facebook this week, just because I find a lot of the things that people wrote very, very entertaining. And what I asked on Morgan's Very Unofficial Travel Guides Facebook was, have any of you ever made a huge mistake while booking travel? Like booked a flight with the wrong dates or hotel in the wrong city? Tell me about it in the comments. It's not nice to laugh when, something goes wrong, but I think we all understand, schadenfreude can be a fun thing. So the first thing I wanted to read here was Katie Hislop, or Hyslop writes, I book cruises while intoxicated. Intoxicated me has a lot more money than sober me. And I think that's very funny, and several people have been writing to Katie here and talking to Katie and saying, I want to meet intoxicated Katie. She sounds like a lot of fun, and things like that. And so have any of you ever booked travel when you were drunk and then the next day realized, oh my gosh, what did I do? I shouldn't have booked that, or then had to cancel it, or just regretted doing something like that? Teresa Gregory writes, last month I booked a hotel in Niagara Falls, but didn't pay attention that the address was on the Canadian side, which wouldn't be a problem if it were just my husband and me going, but the 3 other people traveling with us don't have passports. I had to quickly cancel reservation and book on the US side. Lesson learned. Pay attention to the address next time. Yeah, you know what? That's something that I never even really thought about. That part of Niagara Falls is in the US and part is in Canada, and that, yeah, Canada is a different country. So, yeah. But I'm glad to hear, Teresa, that you could cancel it and rebook. And of course, that's something that everybody should think about. You know, in what country is your hotel? If it's on the border someplace, then it's important that you know that you have the correct documents. Seth Haber, I didn't understand what he said, or what he wrote here. I didn't understand it the right way in the beginning. He writes, I got on the Magical Express at the Disney Resort and it brought me to the airport. Never again. And at first, I thought he meant that he thought that the Magical Express was the bus that takes you to the parks. And then he got on it and then all of a sudden was at the airport, which I mean, can you imagine that happening? That would be really disappointing and really surprising. But no, he was being like sarcastic, like saying, you know, oh, well, you know, it was the end of his vacation and he did what he was supposed to do. He got on the Magical Express. It took him to the airport. But what he was saying is I should have never got on it and then I'd still be there. And I definitely can relate to that feeling. And yeah, like I said, I hopefully will be having that feeling again sometime soon. All right, that is Sunday Sofa Time for this week. Next week, oh gosh, how am I going to do Sofa Time next week? I'll have to either do it before I leave or I will have to do it on the ship. I don't know. Stay tuned. You'll see it next week. Sometime during the week of this week or next week, the coming week, I will be posting another video from the Escape, so you can look forward to that. And then look forward to Sofa Time next week, which very likely will be have been done on the Norwegian Jade. So maybe that will be the first video from the Jade. Anyways, thanks for coming, everybody, and I hope you're having a great weekend, and see you soon. Bye-bye.